You just paid $1,200 for a professional ceramic coating. The installer promised 5 years of protection. The car looks incredible when you pick it up. Mirror finish, water beading everywhere. You follow the cure time. You baby it for the first month. 6 months later, the water doesn't bead like it used to. A year in, the gloss is fading. By 18 months, it's like the coating was never there. You contact the installer. They say you didn't maintain it properly, but you washed it regularly. You used the right products. So what actually went wrong? Here's what nobody tells you when you get a ceramic coating. The coating itself isn't the problem. The chemistry works. The durability is real. But coatings don't fail because of the product. They fail because of what you do after installation, and the single biggest killer of ceramic coatings isn't neglect. It's improper washing. Most people destroy their coating within the first year. Not through lack of care, but through bad technique disguised as maintenance. By the end of this video, you're going to understand exactly why your coating is degrading faster than it should, what's causing the premature failure, and how to protect your investment so it actually lasts the full advertised lifespan. Let's start with what a ceramic coating actually does, because there's a lot of confusion about this. A ceramic coating is a liquid polymer that chemically bonds to your clear coat. Once it cures, it creates a semi-permanent sacrificial layer on top of your paint. This layer is harder than clear coat, more resistant to chemicals, and hydrophobic, meaning it repels water. The coating doesn't make your paint invincible. It doesn't prevent all scratches. What it does is add a protective barrier that takes the abuse instead of your clear coat. Think of it like a screen protector for your phone. The glass underneath is still fragile. The protector just absorbs damage first. But here's the critical part. That protective layer can be worn down, scratched, stripped away, or contaminated. And when that happens, the coating stops working. The hydrophobic properties disappear. The gloss fades. The protection is compromised. And you're left with an expensive layer that's doing nothing. Now here's the real problem. Most people wash their coated car the exact same way they washed it before the coating was applied. They think the coating makes washing safer. It doesn't. In fact, washing incorrectly is even more damaging to a coated surface because you're not just marring paint anymore. You're degrading the coating itself. Every time you drag contamination across that ceramic layer, you're creating microabrasions in the coating. You're removing thickness. You're breaking down the hydrophobic matrix. The coating is hard, but it's not indestructible. And mechanical friction combined with abrasive particles will destroy it faster than any chemical or environmental exposure ever could. The wash process is the #1 reason ceramic coatings fail prematurely. Not UV exposure, not acid rain, not bird droppings. Improper washing technique. I've seen this repeatedly with customer vehicles. A client brings in a car that was coated professionally 18 months prior. They're frustrated because the coating isn't performing anymore. I inspect the paint under LED lighting. The coating is still there, but it's heavily marred. Swirl marks everywhere. The surface is rougher than it should be. I ask about their wash routine. They're using a gas station coin-op bay with brushes. Or they're going through touchless washes that use harsh alkaline chemicals to compensate for lack of mechanical cleaning. Or they're washing at home but skipping the pre-wash and dragging dirt across the coating with a mitt. The coating didn't fail chemically. It was mechanically destroyed by poor maintenance habits. And this isn't an isolated case. I'd estimate that 70% of coating failures I see are due to improper washing, not product defects or installer error. Let's talk about why the industry doesn't emphasize this enough. Ceramic coating installations are profitable. Installers charge anywhere from $600 to $3,000 depending on the vehicle and prep work involved. The sale is made on the promise of years of easy maintenance and protection. If installers spent an hour teaching proper wash technique and explaining all the ways the coating can be damaged, it would complicate the sale. It would make the service seem higher maintenance than it is. So the messaging gets simplified. You get a one-page care sheet that says use pH-neutral soap and avoid automatic washes. That's it. No explanation of pre-wash. No discussion of contamination. No breakdown of what actually degrades the coating. The customer leaves thinking the coating is bulletproof and maintenance is simple. Then reality sets in. The coating starts failing. And the customer blames the product or the installer, when the real issue is lack of education about proper care. Now let's bust some myths. First, the idea that ceramic coatings are scratch-proof. They're not. They're scratch-resistant, meaning they resist light scratches better than clear coat alone. But if you drag sharp contamination across a coated surface with enough pressure, you will scratch it. The coating adds hardness, but it doesn't make the paint immune to mechanical damage. Second myth. Ceramic coatings are they're not. The hydrophobic properties make water and dirt less likely to stick, but contamination still bonds to the surface. You still need to wash the car. The coating just makes washing easier and safer when done correctly. Third myth. You can use any soap on a ceramic coating. You can't. Harsh degreasers, dish soap, and alkaline cleaners will strip the coating or degrade its hydrophobic layer. You need pH-neutral maintenance, shampoos specifically formulated for coatings. And fourth, once the coating is applied, you're done. You're not. Coatings require maintenance boosters every few months to replenish the hydrophobic top layer and keep the coating performing at its best. Skipping this step accelerates coating degradation. So what's actually happening at a microscopic level when you wash a coated car incorrectly? The ceramic coating surface is smooth and hydrophobic when fresh. Water beads into tight spheres and rolls off easily. Contamination has trouble bonding. But when you wash without proper pre-rinsing, you're dragging dirt, dust, brake dust, and road grime across that coating. These particles are abrasive. They're harder than the coating in many cases. As your wash mitt moves across the surface, those particles create micro-scratches in the coating. The coating loses smoothness. The surface becomes rougher. Once the surface is rougher, it holds more contamination. Water doesn't bead as tightly. Dirt sticks more easily. The hydrophobic properties diminish, and this creates a feedback loop. Rougher surface means more contamination, means more abrasion during the next wash, means rougher surface. The coating is still chemically bonded to your paint, but it's no longer performing the way it's supposed to. The layer is being worn away gradually with every improper wash. Here's how to recognize the warning signs early. The most obvious indicator is water behavior. When a ceramic coating is fresh and healthy, water beads into tight, uniform spheres that roll off the surface with minimal effort. If your coating is 6 months old and water is sheeting instead of beading, or if the beads are flat and inconsistent, the coating is degrading. Check the surface texture. Run your hand across the paint after washing and drying. A healthy coating should feel slick, almost glassy. If it feels rough or you can detect texture, the coating is contaminated or damaged. Inspect the paint under direct light. Swirls and scratches visible under sunlight or LED means the coating layer is marred. And pay attention to how quickly the car gets dirty. A properly maintained coating sheds dirt easily. If your car looks filthy after a week, when it used to stay clean for 2, the coating's hydrophobic properties are compromised. Certain factors accelerate coating degradation. Dark paint shows damage more easily, but all paint colors are equally at risk. The coating doesn't care what's underneath. Soft paint types, like certain Japanese and domestic brands, may allow more flex in the coating, which can lead to micro-cracking over time if the coating is too rigid. Environmental factors matter. If you live in a high-dust area or park under trees, your car accumulates more contamination between washes. That contamination is more abrasive and causes more damage during cleaning. If you drive daily, especially highway miles, your car picks up more tar, iron fallout, and road grime. That contamination bonds to the coating and requires more aggressive removal, which introduces more risk. Paint protection film under a coating can create additional challenges. PPF is softer than ceramic, so you need to be even more careful during decontamination. And if you park outside, UV exposure and environmental fallout accelerate the breakdown of the coating's top hydrophobic layer. So here's the fix. Maintaining a ceramic coating properly requires a specific process. Start with a contactless pre-wash. This is non-negotiable. Use a foam cannon or pump sprayer to apply a pre-wash solution that loosens dirt and contamination without touching the surface. Let it dwell for 3 to 5 minutes. Rinse thoroughly with a pressure washer using a wide fan pattern. This step removes the majority of abrasive particles before you ever touch the coating with a mitt. It's the most important step and the one most people skip. Next, use a pH-neutral ceramic coating maintenance shampoo. These shampoos are formulated to clean without stripping the coating or degrading the hydrophobic layer. Avoid using regular car soap, especially anything with wax or gloss enhancers, as these can build up on the coating and reduce performance. Fill 2 buckets, one with soapy water, one with clean rinse water. Install grit guards in both. Use a high-quality microfiber wash mitt designed for coatings. These mitts have longer, softer fibers that hold more water and soap, reducing friction. Wash the car panel by panel using straight-line motions, not circles. Rinse the mitt in the rinse bucket after every panel. Wring it out thoroughly. Inspect it for contamination. If the MIT looks dirty or feels gritty, rinse it under running water before continuing. Don't rush this process. Slow, deliberate washing is safer than fast, careless washing. After washing, rinse the entire car with clean water. If you have a deionizer or water filtration system, use it. Spot-free rinse water prevents mineral deposits from bonding to the coating. Dry the car immediately using a dedicated microfiber drying towel or an electric blower. Blowers are ideal for coatings because they remove water without any contact, eliminating the risk of marring during drying. If you use a towel, use a blotting motion rather than dragging the towel across the surface. Never let the car air dry. Water spots etch into the coating just like they etch into clear coat, and removing them requires polishing, which removes coating thickness. Every 3 to 6 months, decontaminate the coating. Use an iron remover to dissolve metallic fallout that washing doesn't remove. Use a coating-safe clay lubricant and a fine-grade clay bar or clay mitt to remove bonded contamination. Be gentle. Excessive pressure during claying can mar the coating. After decontamination, apply a ceramic coating, maintenance, spray, or booster. These products are designed to replenish the hydrophobic top layer of the coating and restore water beading. They're not a replacement for the base coating, but they extend its life and keep it performing at peak efficiency. Skipping this step is one of the biggest mistakes coating owners make. The base coating is durable, but the hydrophobic layer wears down over time. Boosters restore that layer without requiring a full reapplication. Let's talk cost. A professional ceramic coating is a significant investment. Entry-level coatings start around $600. Mid-tier coatings with better durability and gloss run $800 to $1,200. High-end coatings with warranties and multiple layers can cost $2,000 to $3,000. That's expensive. But here's the reality. If you maintain the coating properly, it will last its advertised lifespan and save you money long-term. A well-maintained coating reduces the need for paint correction because it protects your clear coat from environmental damage and minor scratches. Without a coating, most cars need paint correction every 2 to 3 years to remove swirls and restore gloss. Paint correction costs $300 to $1,000 depending on severity. Over 5 years, you'd spend more on repeated corrections than you would on a single coating with proper maintenance. The coating is an upfront cost that pays for itself through preservation. Compare that to the cost of improper maintenance. If you destroy your coating within 18 months through bad washing habits, you've wasted the entire investment. You're back to bare clear coat or whatever protection you had before. You'll need paint correction to remove the marring you caused, and you'll need to either reapply the coating or switch to a different protection method. You've now spent the original coating cost plus correction cost plus reapplication cost. That's $2,000 to $4,000 in total, all because the washing process wasn't dialed in. The cost of doing it right is minimal. A foam cannon is $30 to $50. Coating-specific shampoo is $20 to $30 and lasts months. A quality wash mitt is $15. Maintenance boosters are $20 to $40 per bottle and last half a year. You're looking at maybe $200 in supplies over the course of a year. That's a fraction of what you'd spend fixing the damage from improper care. Here's the takeaway. Ceramic coatings are not miracle products. They're advanced chemical protection systems that require informed maintenance to perform as advertised. The coating does its job. It bonds to your paint. It adds hardness. It repels water. It resists chemicals, but it can't protect itself from mechanical damage caused by improper washing. If you drag contamination across the surface, you will mar the coating. If you use harsh chemicals, you will degrade the coating. If you skip decontamination and boosters, the coating will fail prematurely. The coating is only as durable as the care it receives, and that means the responsibility is on you, the owner, to understand the proper maintenance process and commit to doing it correctly every single time you wash the car. There are no shortcuts. There's no magic product that makes bad techniques safe. The coating will perform for its full lifespan if you give it the right care. It will fail in 18 months if you don't. So here's my question for you. When's the last time you used a maintenance booster on your coating? When's the last time you pre-washed your car before touching it with a mitt? When's the last time you inspected your coating under LED light to check for marring? Drop a comment and let me know. If this video made you realize you've been maintaining your coating wrong, hit the like button and subscribe because next week I'm breaking down the truth about coating warranties and why most of them are worthless. The fine print will shock you. And if you want your coating to actually last, you need to know what you're really covered for. Your investment depends on it.